The time is 9 o'clock and you are listening to CHMA 106.9 FM.
And now it's time for your CHMA News. We're broadcasting from Sackville, New Brunswick, the heart of the Maritimes and the traditional and unceded lands of the Mi'kmaq people. Coming up in the next 15 minutes, we'll have your local news, Atlantic update, weather, sports update, and some community announcements. It is Tuesday, January the 6th. We publish our local journalist stories on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday these days. But we do have some local briefs to let you know about some, local things that are happening, thanks to Katie Tower. And just a quick mention that we are looking for local writers, local journalists. We have 2 part-time positions available if you know anyone that is interested in contributing to local journalism here. The Voice of the Marshes across Tenchmar. Please let us know. You can visit www.chmafm.com. Go to menu, careers and internships, and the information is there. And these are part-time positions. So we'll know more about our local journalist initiative application within the next couple of weeks. That we haven't had a full-time journalist since August, and we've just been waiting for the federal government to put forward the funding and for our application to get approved if it's good. But we should know about that in the next little bit. Here's a couple local briefs from you as compiled by our community mentor / editor Katie Tower. A Sackville-based artist is being celebrated for his significant contributions to Atlantic Canadian and national art landscapes. Graham Patterson, a visual artist who has had an impact on the maritime art scene for more than 2 decades, was recently awarded the 2025 Theodore Prize, an honor handed out annually by the Beaverbrook Art Gallery in Fredericton. Selected from a highly competitive field of candidates, Patterson impressed the jury with the excellence, ambition, and steady evolution of his art practice over the last 20 years. It's exciting to see the revolution of his visual language, the jury noted, citing his sustained, impactful practice. Known for his large-scale sculptural installations, Patterson's work was praised for being imaginative, thoughtful, and truly enjoyable. His recent exhibition, Strange Birds, was presented in Fredericton, Halifax, and Moncton to great popular acclaim. Bernard Doucette, executive director at Beaverbrook, says Graham Patterson's work stands as a remarkable example of how imagination, craft, and narrative can transform our understanding of place and experience. His ability to create immersive worlds at once intimate and expansive has made a lasting impact on audiences across Atlantic Canada and beyond. Patterson says he feels blessed to have been part of the Atlantic Canadian art scene for the past 20 years. This is the place I found myself as an artist, and I know I will continue to grow, create, and collaborate here. He says being awarded the Theodore Prize, valued at $20,000, and being recognized within this region is an honor. As a working artist, it will be a significant emotional and financial boost to maintaining and evolving my independent practice, he says. And a young up-and-coming Sackville curler will be heading to Timmins, Ontario next month to compete in the Canadian U18 Championships. Maisie Carter skipped her team to a U18 provincial championship title over the weekend in Ormukto, earning the right to head to nationals in Timmins, which gets underway February the 8th. Team Carter, who plays out of the Gage Curling Club and consists of Maisie, Avery Caldwell, Gabrielle King, Sophie Duplessis, and coach Brian King, went undefeated in all 6 of their games to become the 2026 New Brunswick U18 Provincial Championships. We are thrilled to be representing New Brunswick and wearing the black and yellow at Nationals in February, the team posted on their Facebook page after their win. And also, Tenchmar's own Thaddeus Halonia has once again earned national attention, recently being honored as one of the recipients of this year's Governor General's Award in Visual and Media Arts. Halonia, a photographer, visual artist, teacher, and publisher based in Jolicoeur, was one of 8 recipients and the only Atlantic artist to be recognized with one of this year's awards, which recognizes remarkable careers in the visual and media arts. Thaddeus Halonia, a visual artist with a career spanning over 4 decades, stands out for his distinct interpretation of time, place, and the natural environment, states Morel Egan, curator of contemporary art, and John Leroux, manager of collections and exhibitions at the Beaverbrook Art Gallery, who nominated Halonia for the award. They also state in their nomination, Halonia's photography goes beyond mere documentation, offering a contemplative reflection on the environment and its evolution over time, its profound dedication to place, and the act of looking. His work, marked by its technical excellence and emotional depth, captures the beauty and complexity of our world and encourages a deeper reflection on our place within it. The Governor General's Award in Visual and Media Arts were created in 1999 by the Canadian Council for the Arts and the Governor-General of Canada. Awards winners receive a medallion and a cash prize of $25,000 each. The awards were presented during a ceremony last month at Mackenzie Art Gallery in Regina. And let's go to directly into our Atlantic update for January the 6th. A double homicide trial is scheduled to begin today before a jury in New Brunswick following the 2019 deaths of Bernard and Rosemary Saunier in Dieppe. 29-year-old Jansen Brian Baker was charged in 2023 with 2 counts of first-degree murder in the couple's death. He, along with 3 other men and 1 woman, were charged last November with conspiracy to commit murder in Saunier's sons, Silvio, who died in 2023. Each of the 5 appealed in Moncton Court yesterday to elect how they would like to be tried. The judge put that matter over until February the 9th to allow lawyers to go over the volume of evidence. And a New Brunswick judge has ruled the former New Brunswick government under Blaine Higgs violated francophone rights. Justice Krista Broke says the Higgs government violated the Charter of Rights and Freedoms when it dissolved the board of the Vitali Health Authority in 2022. In her decision, Broke wrote the dissolution of the board took away control from the francophone community. Higgs dissolved the board after a patient died in the waiting area of the emergency department of Dr. Everett Chambers Hospital in Fredericton. And Nova Scotia RCMP say a youth has suffered life-threatening injuries after an attack by 3 dogs. Police say 3 large breed dogs pounced on the youth on Saturday evening in the small community of Welshtown in southern Nova Scotia. Officers and emergency health services responded, and police say the youth was airlifted to Halifax with life-threatening injuries. Police say the dogs have been euthanized and the investigation is ongoing. And the Nova Scotia SPCA say a dog groomer in Dartmouth has been charged with causing distress to animals. The organization says it investigated several complaints of animal cruelty during grooming appointments at the business. It says the groomer has been charged with 4 counts of causing distress and she is scheduled to appear in court in March. The SPCA's enforcement team is authorized by the Provincial Justice Department to enforce the Act and sections of the Criminal Code. And continuing on, service resumed along a railway connecting Labrador City and Quebec's North Shore after a train derailed last week. A spokesperson for the Iron Ore Company of Canada says service resumed yesterday morning and trains are operating at reduced speeds. The locomotive on IOC's Quebec North Shore and Labrador Railway came off the track on December 28th in the Nickman area of Quebec. The train was transporting ore to Sept-Îles, and the company says nobody was hurt. And finally, the Charlottetown Farmers Market may have a temporary home following a fire on Christmas Day. Travis Kumsky, the market's cooperative president, says the location will be ready as early as Saturday, but he didn't specify where. Comiskey says the market's insurance will cover the restoration of the fire-damaged building, which is expected to take about a year. For many members, Comiskey says the market is their primary source of income. And that is your CHMA Atlantic update. Let's just get you some weather before we get into the sports update. There is a special weather statement in effect for southern New Brunswick. A combination of snow, freezing rain, and rain is expected, about 10 to 15 centimeters of snow. And that could last up to the freezing rain. Duration is 4 to 6 hours. And the potential rainfall is 10 to 20 millimeters, with the highest amounts possible along the Fundy coast. And that is going from Wednesday morning into early Thursday morning. A low pressure system is expected to track across Nova Scotia, with forecast guidance giving a variety of wintry precipitation. Let's try that again. A low pressure system is expected to track across Nova Scotia, with forecast guidance giving a variety of wintry precipitation to southern New Brunswick. Precipitation is expected to begin as snow across most areas, and totals varying based on elevation and proximity to the coast, before possibly transitioning to freezing rain or rain as temperatures rise. The exact track of the system is still unclear, and this will affect the amount of and type of precipitation expected. Accumulations of snow and ice may create slippery and hazardous travel or walking conditions. Please consider adjusting travel plans to avoid the most adverse conditions. And let's get into our day-to-day 7-week forecast. Today you can expect it to be cloudy with a 30% chance of flurries early this morning and into this afternoon. Wind up to 15 kilometers an hour, high of -5. Wind chill -26 this morning and -11 this afternoon. For tonight, cloudy with a 30% chance of flurries. Risk of freezing drizzle overnight. Wind up to 15 kilometers an hour. Temperature rising to 0 by morning. Wind chilled -11 this evening. For Wednesday, the 7th of January, snow changing to rain and snow near noon, and then snow late in the afternoon. Risk of freezing rain in the morning and afternoon. Snowfall about 5 to 10 centimeters. Rainfall about 5 to 10 millimeters. Wind becoming northeast 20, gusting to 40 in the morning and then light in the afternoon. High +1. And Wednesday night, periods of snow with a low of -2. Going into Thursday, the 8th of January, a mix of sun and cloud, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of +2, and clear on Thursday night with a low of -6. For Friday, the 9th of January, a mix of sun and cloud, high of 0. Friday night, rain with a low of 0. Saturday, January the 10th, mix of sun and cloud, high plus 2. Cloudy with a 60% chance of flurries coming in on Saturday night with a low of -1. And that will continue into Sunday, and change to rain showers overnight with a high of +2. And then Sunday night, cloudy with a 60% chance of flurries or rain showers and a low of -8. Getting back to a mix of sun and cloud on Monday, January the 12th, and a high of -4. That is your big CHMA weather update. So please be careful if you're making plans to go out there tomorrow into Thursday morning. We're going to get some snow mixed with rain. And let's get Brian Nielsen going with your CHMA. I have to stall here for a second. Just give me 1 second. All right, Brian Nielsen coming up with your CHMA sports update.
Is it on or?
Yes, it's on.
This is Constable Roy for the Sackville RCMP. You are listening to CHMA.
Yes, great, thanks.
That was perfect.
Last night, the World Juniors Hockey Tournament came to a close. It's the Canadian squad get a 6-3 victory over Finland behind goals by Sam O'Reilly, Gavin McKenna, Zane Perrick, Braden Coates, and Porter Martone to get the bronze medal. In the gold medal match, it was Sweden doubling up on Chechnya 4-2. In NHL action yesterday, there were 5 games. The Utah Mammoth defeated the New York Rangers 3-2 in overtime. It was the Capitals with a couple late goals to secure their victory over the Anaheim Ducks 7-4. Red Wings defeat Ottawa Senators out in Canada 5-3 final there. It was the Krakens also scoring 5 goals and defeating the Calgary Flames in the Saddledome 5-1. And finally, it was the Los Angeles Kings doubling up on the Minnesota Wild 4-2. Keeping with the hockey, last night at the Tantramar Veterans Memorial Civic Center, it was the Tantramar Titans moving to 5-12-1 on the season with an 11-5 drubbing of the Bernice McNaughton High School Highlanders. Goals scored by Evan Crossman, Walter Correll, Ben Arsenault, Zach Crosswaite, Ben Arsenault again, Zach Crosswaite, Tucker Blackburn, Spencer Cormier, and another tally for Tucker Blackburn. Congratulations to the Titans. Tonight in the PWHL, it is the New York Sirens visiting the Toronto Scepters. In NBA action last night, a light slate of games, including the Toronto Raptors hosting the Atlanta Hawks at home. They defeat the visiting Birds 118-100. Pistons all over the New York Knicks in a rematch of last year's Eastern Conference semifinals, a 121-90 victory for the Pistons. The Celtics defeat the Bulls by 14, 115-101. Rockets squeak by the Suns, 197 in Houston. Hornets all over the Oklahoma City Thunder, 124-97. Took overtime for the Denver Chicken Nuggets to defeat the Philadelphia 76ers in the city of brotherly love, 125-124. 1-point margin of victory as well for the Los Angeles Clippers over the visiting Golden State Warriors, 103-102. And it was the Trailblazers by 20, 137-117 over the Utah Jazz. And finally, in American college football, for the FCS championship, this is all the teams that aren't in the top tier, the Montana State Bobcats defeat the Illinois State Redbirds in overtime, 35-34, after Illinois State has their extra point blocked in overtime.
And that was Brian Nielsen. And that's Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports Update. Please be sure to check out Brian's show on Mondays at 8:30 a.m. for more sports commentary. Okay, and let's get into some community updates right about now. No big news from the socials, but events are starting to come in, which is very fun for us, because over the holidays it was there wasn't a lot of people. There was a lot of, well, there weren't a ton of events, not as much as normal, but we had to wait until people got back into their workflow to let us know what's happening in January, February, and March. Just checking the socials with CHMA, and they say that as we mentioned yesterday, the work is underway on the Dorchester rink over the past few days for safety reasons. To ensure process goes smoothly, they are asking that everyone stay off the surface while the work continues. If conditions cooperate, the rink should be skatable later this coming week. And they also let you know that total body conditioning with Mimi is back on, and that's going to run from January 15th to March 25th. It's $65 for 21 classes. That's Mondays and Wednesdays at the Dorchester Veterans Community Center, and it is a all-level fitness class, a high-energy class that fuses strength training with cardio to give you a full body workout. So registration's open for that. tanchmarnb.com/programs is where you can go find more information about that. And we'll run along over to CHMA Community Events Calendar. And Siley has jumped on that. She's not with us here these days, but she's working remotely, and one of the tasks is making sure that community calendar is well up to date. So just letting you know that Winterfest is coming up February 5th to 8th, and they haven't released the information about it just yet, but it is coming up soon, and they will be releasing more information. Winter Ultimate Frisbee registration is open. What else we have? Duckies is doing trivia again every Thursday, every other Thursday. Yeah, we just want to double check on that. I think it might be every other Thursday. We have it. Just look into it. Duckies Trivia. I saw that they posted about it. So that's coming up this Thursday, January the 8th, as well as the Sackville Film Society. Claretone is the movie this week, and that is over at the Amherst Theater. And of course, the Sackville Farmers Market is at the Civic Center. They I don't know if they actually took a break this year, but they've been at it. So go out, and there is. Also coming up next week on the 13th, there is Jackson Two Bears 2026 Pratt Lecture, and that is going to be held over at the Moiter Fancy Theater in the Purdy Crawford Center for the Arts, Tuesday, January 13th at 7 p.m., and that is presented as part of the Pratt Lectures with the Fine Arts Department. So there are some things that are coming up. Let's get some words about some other things that we've been talking about and get into some music. The Sackville Sports Wall of Fame is open for nominations. If you know a standout athlete, builder, team, or community sport leader, now is the time to nominate them. You can find more information at tanchmarnb.com or by visiting the municipal offices. The selection committee will meet and choose inductees by mid-February, and the announcement will be made at this year's Winterfest. The Sackville Film Society has released its programming schedule for winter 2026. 16 films will be screened from January 8th through to April 23rd, starting with Claretone on the 8th, a documentary about a classic Canadian stereo system that won design awards and then fell into obscurity. Come out Thursday nights at 7:30 p.m. at the Amherst Theater. Memberships are $160 for the whole season, or you can get individual tickets at the door for $12. And that was your CHMA News. Please visit www.chmafm.com for more news and to sign up for our email newsletter. Funding is provided by our monthly sustainers, the Community Radio Fund of Canada, and the Municipality of Tanchmar's Community Development Grant. If you have a story idea or would like to include an announcement, please write us at news@chmafm.com. And I just want to make a quick announcement as well that we've made some changes to our website, and we have a new edition that seems to be pretty popular. We are publishing local briefs that we read when we don't have the journalists. So the hosts will read local announcements, and these are put together by our community mentor editor, Katie Tower, and they are not quite the same as our full stories because a lot of our stories, our journalists are employed to get those stories that need a little more digging, and the local briefs are intended to be shorts, just quick announcements, maybe press releases, or maybe even something before a story gets further developed. But those are published now on the front page of our website, chmafm.com, as well as under the community news, and they'll be updated once a week or twice a week, and you can anticipate maybe see 2 or 3 of those coming in. And they are also going to be going out in our email newsletter as well. So you can subscribe to that by going to chmafm.com. In the upper right corner, subscribe, and get that straight into your email as the day that they get published. So that's a fun new addition that we are all enjoying. We've noticed that folks are also posting those on the socials as well, which helps us out quite a bit. As you may or may not know, we are still banned as Canadian media from Facebook and Instagram. We do have an Instagram account, but we don't generally post our news to that. We're still looking for ways, but taking a screenshot of those articles and passing them around certainly helps us out a whole bunch. Keep it up. We appreciate it. Got some music from Oakloo with Blade Bird coming up, and some Krugabin with Balls and Pins 2. And I'm also going to play you some Sam Henshaw with Get Back, all here on The Voice of the Marshes.
Hi, I'm Emma.
And I'm Darcy.
Make sure to listen to our show, Finding Film, every Friday night at 7 p.m.
here at CHMA 106.9 FM
in Sackville, New Brunswick.
I've come to terms, my baby is a bird. When you're in the sky, I'm hoping you return. What can I say? Knew it right away. You are what you are, and I feel like a cage. You're so cute, my fate is on the blade. I'll be the one who ends up getting hurt.